and welcome to National Farmers Market Week on SoFlo Taste. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein, and what? You didn't know it was National Farmers Market Week? Well, it is. So join me as I celebrate the late harvest of summer today on SoFlo Taste. How fun is that? Welcome all to SoFlo Taste. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein, and I'm in the kitchen of my Señora Martinez restaurant in Coral Gables. We're on the road with SoFlo Taste, presented by Goya. Are you having a good National Farmers Market week? Well, I hope so. It's a wonderful way to help support our local growers. And as you know, SoFlo produce is some of the best in the world. So let's put some of it to use. Good use. Let's get cooking. So I was recently in London, where I'm sure you know they have some of the best Indian food and Indian restaurants. And I went to this restaurant and I had this chopped broccoli salad. I have no idea what was in it, but as I kept eating it, and trust me, I ate a lot of it. In fact, so much so I could barely eat anything afterwards because I ate that much. But it was so good, I wanted to recreate it for you all. So let's see if we can get as close to these bits of crunchiness and flavor that I got that day. And it just takes really good broccoli, and we happen to have great broccoli here in SoFlo. You can use broccolini, you can use whole broccoli. You know, it'll even work with cauliflower that we grow great. Zucchini, you can like switch it up depending on what vegetable you can find that day. So let's jump into the vinaigrette first, and then we'll start chopping the broccoli. So for the vinaigrette, we're going to use some ginger that I already took on we peeled and put on a microplane. So a little bit of that. Then I've got some serranos that I've already de-seeded and chopped up nice and fine, which you don't have to do. You could keep it whole if you want to. You don't have to de-seed so that it's not too spicy. I just like to use the outside of the chili. Some just squeezed lime juice, which, as you guys know, makes all the difference in the world. You definitely don't want to purchase lime juice when we have great limes here. A little bit of sugar to balance out the vinaigrette. A touch of vinegar, which you can use rice wine, any light colored vinegar, a champagne vinegar. It's really up to you. Or just a simple distilled white vinegar is perfectly fine. A little bit of salt. What I'm going to do is start blending it, and little by little, I'll add a little bit of oil. Now, this is just like an everyday type of an olive oil that doesn't have a huge amount of flavor, because I don't want the olive oil flavor to take over this vinaigrette. You can use, your favorite vegetable oils as well. All right, so I'm going to add it little by little. And when it's not National Farmers Week, let Milam's Markets be your produce headquarters. They buy the highest quality produce, superior in size and variety. Visit any of the 6 Milam's Markets and their produce departments located in Coconut Grove, Miami Springs, Pinecrest, Sunny Isles Beach, and Coral Gables East and West. And check out their BOGOs at milamsmarkets.com. You can order and set up a delivery from their website too. I'll see you at Milam's, SoFlo's family grocer since 1984. All right, let's go ahead and start this out. All right. Perfect. So the oil is not obviously, because vinaigrettes always need oil, but we want this to thicken the vinaigrette. Okay. It's nice. It's not too thick. It has a really lovely creamy look to it. Let me just dip a spoon in there. Really tangy, really good, really well balanced too. All right, so we're all set with that. Let's go ahead and jump into the salad. This is a Fresno, which is basically a red jalapeno, right? Cut it in half, open it up, right? So this is everything that makes a chili spicy. And you can, this is not a very spicy chili, so I think what I'm gonna do is just take out the main area with the seeds in it, okay? And then kind of just place them into something I will dispose of later. But I will keep a couple of the veins because it's not a very spicy chili at all. My husband would actually tell me that this has no heat whatsoever because he likes very hot food. So go ahead and cut this up kind of in like 3 pieces like so. And I'm gonna use my larger knife to just chop this into not too small, right? Pieces that you can feel, but it's not too overwhelming. I'm gonna put this right into the mixing bowl where we're making the salad. Okay. Next is the broccoli, which has been cooked in very salty, boiling water. And you can cook it whole or you can cook it in pieces, totally up to you. But I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this up really nice and small. It's a very finely chopped salad. I've also taken some already toasted and roasted and salted pistachios as well as pepitas, which are the green pumpkin seeds. So you have a lot of crispy bits to this salad as well. All right, so I'm gonna put this mixing bowl right in front so you can see everything that's going into it. I'm gonna add some, but not all, of this chopped broccoli. I'm gonna add some of these chopped pistachios that have already been roasted. Again, like I told you, the salted and roasted pepitas. And this is dates. These are some dates that have been pitted and chopped as well. Let's throw those in there. So finally, let's go ahead and pour some vinaigrette. A tiny bit of salt, although the vinaigrette already has it, as it'll probably need it. And then let's go ahead and mix this all together. And now you can see all the beautiful colors. It's so incredibly balanced. I'm just hoping I can recreate what I ate in London. So we've got the chilies, we've got the creaminess and the sweetness of the dates, the tanginess of that vinaigrette, the saltiness and crisp of the broccoli, and then of course those gorgeous nuts and seeds. I think we're starting out our farmers market day pretty well, and this is a salad that I can definitely enjoy day after day. I've got more recipes for our late summer harvest here on SoFlo Taste on the Road, sponsored by Goya. Come right back.
Come back to SoFlo Taste from the Goya Kitchen here on Local 10.
Thanks for coming back. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein, and today I'm giving you recipes using SoFlo's late summer produce. I'm here in the kitchen of my Coral Gables restaurant, and I called it Senora Martinez after me. That's my married name. Now let's get back to the food. Okay, everyone, so it is definitely tomato season, and we love tomatoes, whether it's in the restaurant or at home. There's so many things you can do with tomatoes, and there's one thing that calls to me in the summer, and that is a really good BLT. Bacon lettuce tomato sandwiches are amazing, but why not take them to another level? Because I'm here at Senora Martinez, I figured I'd make it with a little bit of flair. Pan con tomate, bread with tomato, is a well-known dish that we serve here at the restaurant. It is a dish from Spain. So I'm gonna kind of turn a BLT into a pan con tomate. So let's grab a really beautifully ripe tomato, cut it in half, go ahead and take it on a box grater. I like it more on like the larger whole side, and go ahead and use the cut side onto the grate and grate the tomato until you have nothing left but the skin. And the tomato skin will protect your fingers, just be really careful. Let's make sure we use it all up. And this should be enough. A half tomato is enough to make one sandwich. And then the rest of the tomato, obviously, we will slice up and use for the sandwich. So here I have the tomatoes, and they're already kind of, I guess you can call it marinating with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. So we're going to use these. I'm not going to use tomato in this, but I am going to be using some white onion, nice and thinly sliced. And I have some crispy bacon right here. Now for this tomate part of it though, I'm going to go ahead and add a touch of really good quality extra virgin olive oil and some salt, and go ahead and mix that up. All right, and I think we are ready to go. I have some garlic cloves here that I'm going to go ahead and rub on the bread. What I'll do is I will cut a garlic clove in half, and this is traditionally done in some pan con tomates. Here I have some country bread that has just been sliced up for sandwiches that we toasted. Now here at the restaurant, sadly, I don't have a toaster, but I just do it in the oven. You want to make sure that it's really good and crisp, because when you rub the garlic, you don't want it to kind of break bread. So cut side down, rubbing the garlic on the bread. It smells so good. All right. Next, I'm actually going to start with the mayonnaise. Normally, I would start with a tomate on pan con tomate, but today I'm going to start with the mayo because that comes first. So we'll put a little bit of mayo on the bread. I don't know about you guys. I know that there are some mayo haters out there, but a good BLT just begs for some good mayonnaise. All right, scraping excess off. Now we're going to go ahead and take the tomato that we grated and added the salt and the olive oil to, and go ahead and spoon some onto the bread. And let's go ahead and even that out. Just like so. Now, take our beautiful tomatoes and layer them up. Then the onion. Not too much, but not too little. Like so. And then finally, the bacon, which I like my bacon extra crispy for BLTs, but I know some people like sort of a more thick center cut bacon. You do as you wish. Let's top that off. Ooh, this is so pretty. Put this aside so you can really see it. Check out this beauty. Let me see if I can cut it. I'm hoping I can. Let's see if it'll cut. Yeah, there we go. Now, if that isn't a beautiful rendition of a BLT, I don't know what is. It speaks to me like summer. Come right back to SoFlo Taste for more of our field trip here at my Senora Martinez restaurant in Coral Gables. SoFlo Taste will return right after this.
It's a Milam's Markets Minute. Here's Melinda Harper.
We are at Milam's Market in Coconut Grove, and I'm joined by Christy Milam. And Christy, I have to tell you, the produce department is amazing. Everything looks so fresh and delicious.
Well, thank you for saying that. We really do take the selection process when we're buying our produce very seriously, because we want to make sure we have a large variety and also very fresh, colorful, high quality produce. And one of my favorites is pineapple. Now, we have regular pineapple, which everyone's had.
Okay.
But have you ever had A honey glow pineapple
I have not.
or a pink glow pineapple?
No, I've heard of the pink glow.
Okay, the pink glow is pink inside, but honey glow is an exceptionally sweet pineapple. I mean, delicious. So we really try to make sure we're buying the highest quality produce so you can bring it home to your family to enjoy. I mean, you can get it all here.
Well, we thank you for choosing that for us. And how do customers get this produce?
You'll come to one of our 6 locations in South Florida or order online at milamsmarkets.com.
We suggest coming to the store. Have a sensory overload, grab some fresh fruit, and have a great time.
It's SoFlo Taste, and I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. And to get your own copy of my recipes, just scan this QR code for a ride through cyberspace to the SoFlo Shows page, where you can take your time with ingredients and recipes. And if you miss it, you'll also see this QRC on the ingredients pages throughout the show. Now back to my recipes. Okay, everybody, one of my favorite things of all time is cucumber soup. I know it doesn't sound like incredibly sexy, but a really good cucumber soup will stick with you for life. It is refreshing, like literally refreshing. It just makes you cool down on a hot day. Cucumbers are always around. You can always find them at local markets, as well as a lot of herbs. This takes a good amount of dill and a little bit of mint. I'm also going to use some pomegranate seed just for a little garnish because I am at the restaurant and I have to make everything look as pretty as possible. So let's jump in. In the past, I've used fennel in this recipe, but for today, I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple. So we're using a smaller, more like Kirby cucumbers today for this one, and I'm not even going to peel them. So chop them up in the old way, because we're going to be blending everything into a beautiful puree. And when you use the peels, the soup turns a much more greenish, beautiful hue. So let's go ahead and put the cukes into the blender. For aromatics, we're going to be using some fresh chopped minced garlic, not too much, and a little bit of finely chopped and minced shallot. Although if you only have onion, you can use that. And if you're not an onion lover, then don't. Let's go ahead and do some fresh lemon juice for this. And this is a creamy soup, so we use some dairy in this. And if you would rather use some dairy-free yogurt, you can do that to replace the dairy in the yogurt and the sour cream that we'll be adding to the soup. So I've got some sour cream, and I also have, like I told you, some yogurt. And you can use Greek or just plain yogurt as I have here. Okay, so you need some kind of a liquid. You can use water as I'm using today, or if you'd rather use some kind of a nice clear stock that you have at home, chicken or vegetable stock are perfectly fine. I'm gonna add a little bit of really fine, good sea salt to this. And finally, and most importantly, because this gives it really a ton of flavor, is the mint and the dill. Remember I told you, you're going to use a lot of dill for this. So let's go ahead and pick some dill leaves off of these. Remember, cucumbers and dill love each other. All right, so let's go ahead and put this in there. And then the mint leaves. You can garnish with mint, or you can put it in the soup. I love it in the soup. To me, it just makes the soup so fresh and delicious, and it smells so good. Okay. This takes a while to blend, so I'm going to let this go and go and go until it's a beautiful silky puree. If it needs a tiny bit of water, I'll add some. If it needs a little bit of salt, I'll bring some in there. So come right back and let's go ahead and see how this turns out together. I'll see you in a minute. Stay tuned to SoFlo Taste. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. We are here just showing off our beautiful farmers market vegetables and produce today. So I've just made a cucumber soup. Look how beautifully green it is. We've added everything, the skins, the seeds, and all. And we've made this beautiful light soup with a little bit of yogurt and some sour cream, and it's just delicious. So I'm pouring that into a lovely chilled bowl. I can't get enough of this. This is usually my first of 2 helpings to a soup like this. I just think it's so good. It has a bright minty and dill flavor to it. And then we'll add a little bit of dill right over the top and some mint as well. You can even take a touch of really, really good quality olive oil if you'd like to, and give it just a little bit around the top too, like so. Well, there you have it. I hope you had a good time celebrating National Farmers Market Week with me. As you know, it's always good to support those who support us. Now, here's a programming note. As of next week, SoFlo Taste and I will still be on our usual Saturday mornings, but at a new time, 11 o'clock on Local 10. Okay, so set your alarms or your DVR for Saturdays at 11 a.m. for SoFlo Taste, okay? I'm letting you sleep in. As always, Taste Buds, you're a big part of my week. I enjoy our time together, and I'll see you next Saturday at 11. Remember, 11 a.m. Okay, got it, guys? Good. Goodbye. Mwah. Love you. Good taste. See you next week at 11.